Hello everyone. I'm going to give this a second to kind of catch up. Hello everyone. Hi Deanna. Hi babe. Hi Mick. Hi Mary. Hi Tracy. How is everyone today? I have missed y'all. All right. Okay, so it's so good to see you all. And as the title said, we're going to make a light up card. And this is what it is. We're going to use a halo light. I have used these once before. I have a video using this, and it's just basically a light up card. This is the easiest you're going to get. Even easier. Hey Mary, even easier than the easy lights themselves actually. So it's, I know that seems a little crazy, but how are you Tracy? That's so great. Oh, good, good, good. And then I have some new products from Trinity Stamps that we're going to use today too to make this. This is a card that I've kind of had in my head, and I thought about making it as a sample, but then I decided I just wanted to make it for y'all. And I'm going to hope that I can get it done in the 45 minutes to an hour, but I want to chat with you guys as we do it. Oh, I've missed you guys too, Tracy. Hi, Kim. Good to see you all. New flooring for the kitchen and bathroom are being installed. Ooh, sounds like a great day, Deanna. Nice, nice. Okay, so to save a little bit of time, let's jump right into this. I went ahead and cut down my panels that I needed. For starters, we're going to be using a 5x7 card base. These 5x7 card bases, I just got it through Tonic, actually. They have them on sale right now. I think I have it listed down below, but I mean, it's a pack of, how many is in here? I don't know, but I've been using, 10. It contains 10 and it's like $3 right now. So, so I'm just going to use this card base because I'm kind of enjoying doing the 5x7s right now. It's just a nice size. And then I went ahead and cut down, let's move some of this. I went ahead and cut down the panel that would go on top of that out of some dark gray cardstock. And I cut the circle out as well. Cut it right out using the embossed edge circle stack die. And what that does, if you can see, is it will give, hey Teresa, it does give a nice embossed edge around our circle. And then also with the circle that we cut out. And we're going to use both. But that's how I cut that out, just kind of cut it right out of the middle. I did that based off of the opening for our halo light, and that'll make more sense as we go along. But before we get too crazy into that, let's go ahead and just get started on our background so that I can set that off to the side and have that dry for a bit. All right, I want to pull in this new stencil. This is called the Superstar Stencil. There's a couple of new star stencils that came out. And you'll see that it lines up like this, but it's 2 pieces. And so you can do several different colors, you know, keep it the same if you want. What I did with mine is I actually cut mine to be, this one right here isn't going to show up. So I'm not, this middle circle, I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to try and line it up the best I can through the back of that, and then just kind of tack that in place using a little bit of Heffy tape, which is basically like a Post-it tape, just wider. And that's how we're going to make our background. So yes, I cut this down to 5x7. I've got some Distress Oxide inks. These will show up so nicely on this dark cardstock. Yeah, they're really neat. They're neat, Deanna. I really like them. All right, so I'm going to do, let's do our mustard seed. No, you know what? Let's do our squeezed lemonade for this one. And again, I'm going to avoid this section because it doesn't, it's not going to it won't show up very well. So I'm just going to go ahead and avoid that. So I'll just do these other 2, just trying to be careful to avoid the middle stars. And then I'll just go all around, blend those out using my Blender Buddy. Yep. Oops. And you know what? I do want to avoid that upper part, so I'm going to need a little bit more Heffy tape. And I may have already done it, but we'll see. we can do our best to try and fix that. But I want to kind of mask that off so that I don't get any up there. All right. Aren't they neat, Mary? I like them. All right, so what does everybody have going on this weekend? It's Friday. I cannot believe it's Friday. I feel like I've just been running, and I can't believe it's Friday. It's shocking to me. All right, so let's pull this away and see what kind of damage I did to that upper part. Not too bad. That's okay. And then we'll clean off our stencil later. I'm not going to be too worried about that right at the moment. And then I am going to line up the other one right over the top. So how you do that is you'll be able to see those stars right through that. And there's embossed lines, and you line it. I mean, it just takes no effort. So it's already lined up. And I'm going to tape those down again just to make sure I don't go too crazy. And then I can hit all of these stars. Yard work. That's right, babe. It's always yard work now, isn't it? All right, now I'm going to move on to the mustard seed. It's a little bit darker yellow. And I don't have to avoid any of these stars. I can do them all. Oh, good for you. On Sunday. Okay. All right. Yeah, my husband got his yesterday, so he was a little under the weather last night. Hopefully you don't have any reactions. Oh, crafting. Yay, Mary. Always yay for crafting. All right. Okay, so I'm going to peel this back and we'll take a look at our background. Oh, and I like that. See how that gives you that different variation in the stars. And like I said, you could do different colors. Oh, you're getting it tomorrow, Tracy? Good for you. Good for you. Hey, Nancy. Working all weekend. I get that sometimes, huh? All right, I'm going to clean up my mess here. And then, you know what? I decided when I was doing this that I kind of, especially now that I've got this little mark up here, I believe splatter cures all ails here when it comes to backgrounds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out my little splatter box, and we're going to splatter this background. I'm going to go ahead and do, this is that Trinity Glitter and Gold palette. I'm going to just splatter some of this gold right on there. And hopefully that'll cover up the mistake. Thanks, Mick. So we'll just splatter like crazy, and maybe it won't make it so obvious that I screwed up that part. But I like that. That looks cool. We'll go with that. Okay. Hi, Carol. Friendlies for ice cream. I knew that you worked there, but I don't know that place. But I love ice cream, that's for sure. How are you, Carol? Okay, and I'm just gonna do the easy way of cleaning off my brush. But there we have a splattered background with that stencil. And then we're gonna set this off to the side just to dry a little bit since I did do some splatter. It is the duct tape in the card making world, Tracy. That is a perfect way to describe it. Amen to that. All right. All right, now we're gonna do a little stamping. So let's pull in, this is the Cirque stamp set. I want our little trapeze actress. You like the stars? Yeah, and the splatter, thank you. Yeah, I had originally thought, yeah, okay, maybe, but then after I did that little boo-boo on there. Oh, 5 days, Teresa, that's terrible. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hopefully he's better now. Okay. All right, so we're going to pull in this little gal right here doing the little trapeze act, and I'm going to stamp her. Okay. And I'm going to Copic color her, so we'll just ink her up with our ink on 3. I've been using this ink so much I'm going to have to get a refill. Okay, so she's stamped out. She didn't stamp perfectly, but that's okay. This is where those stamp positioners come in handy. Or if you don't have the stamp positioner, a Copic multiliner will be great. So I'm just going to fill in the little gaps. And I say Copic multiliner because these will work with alcohol markers, any brand. And I'm just kind of making sure that those lines are dark. Okay, that is good enough for me. And I've got some colors I've pulled out, and let's just go ahead and start coloring her. I'm glad to hear that, Teresa. That's so good. Long Island Friendlies. Yummy. Now you got me wanting ice cream. I need lunch first, right? Okay. How are you, Wendy? All right, I'm bringing in the E5. Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in while we color. E50 for her skin tone. All right. And then for her darker tone, we're using some E21. Hey, Sue! How are you, lady? How's the weather? All right. And I'm just adding the shadowing and shading just where I think it might look good. I never really have any rhyme or reason. And you know what? I'm not going to blend it out. I'm going to leave it a little bit dramatic because of the lights. And then her hair. Well, Wendy, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, so let's color her hair with some E39. And then I'll bring in the E29 for her darker shade. This one I may actually blend out. Because that's pretty dramatic otherwise. Okay, happy with that. Loaded waffle fries. Okay, you're speaking my language. All right, let's bring in some pinks. I believe I need to start with the RB25. That is the lighter of the pinks. Yeah, I could too, which is probably why I need to not. I like ice cream. Okay, when I was a kid, there was this one place called Cone Corner. And that was our local ice cream place, but I'm from a very small town, so. Not so small now from what I understand, and what I gather, the Cone Corner is no longer there. So, all right, we're blending that out. And then, Baldwin, New York. You know, I have never been to New York. Hopefully that'll change someday. All right, I'm bringing in just the BG07 for her hair tie and the little thing around her waist. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this out using the matching die. And it's so cute that you can do her backside also. Okay. So we'll tack that down. Let me zoom out so I don't... Oh, there we go. Okay. So have you guys seen the new release from Trinity Stamps yet? It just came out today. I'm having fun playing, that's for sure. And if you like card ideas, you don't even have to be interested in the stamps themselves, but I made so many samples, at least one sample for every new product. So if you just need card ideas, head over and check out that video. It's a long one, it's 30 minutes, but there are so many card ideas. Isn't it cute, Mary? I love it. I just think it's so cute. And I've colored her a few different ways now, so. All right. And then it just cuts her out so cute. Isn't that darling? I love it. All right, so we're going to stamp a few more sentiments and things like that as we go along. But that's it for our coloring today. I didn't plan a whole lot, but like I said, I had this card idea in my head for a long time. So I just had to get it out and share with you guys. I did. I've been gone. You know, we've had, you know, family in town. I went to visit my mom, and my sister was there. It was awesome to see her, see them both, and my stepdad, and just hang out. Just, oh, it did my soul so good. And then I came home and my in-laws came, so we have been busy. All right, so a couple things I'm going to do first before we get to the mechanism. I want to put down this piece. Yeah, thanks, Tracy. There is so much cute stuff. And I discovered who gave me the Barely Art Precision Glue. It was Jen, my friend Jen, super sweetheart. She sent that for my birthday. So anyway, and I am really enjoying this Barely Art glue. So much so that I went ahead and purchased a refill because I know I'm going to need it. All right, so I'm going to tack that down into the center there, making sure that that's all good to go. Okay. That's funny, Mary. Your hair looks like that and you're not even upside down. No, yeah, Deanna, it's on my channel. I know that Trinity Stamps has a bunch of them as well. They have a product, like a product close-up for each new product, and then I think they have a full release video as well. But yeah, so if you're interested in like in depth on every product, definitely head to Trinity's page because they have a lot. Okay, so our next step is I'm going to take this out. I'm going to take out the mechanism. And they come in packs of 2. And I think they're so fun. They're so fun. I've, like I said, already made, because since it was a pack of 2 and the other one's gone, I made that one for my niece for her birthday. And it's really easy. You're just going to pop it out. It has like little teeth marks. And it's pretty easy to do it. You're not going to, the mechanism is pretty sturdy. So you just kind of bend them. And then when you're ready, you can pull this out and make sure that your thing is working. So I'll pull that out. But your battery's already in. So, all right, so let's check it out. Yep, it works great. I'm going to make a new mechanism here in a bit. Not mechanism, but like make a new, like, to hold it in place. But what I've learned that while you're using these, because I don't want it to get in the wrong spot, I'm going to tape it in place. Just sort of tape it in place. Well, here, let's do it like this. Let's do it like that. And then I'm going to grab out some like score tape. This one might be, oh, this is Express-It tape. It's the same thing. Pretty much the same thing as score tape. So then I'll just put little pieces of it because I don't want this mechanism to move. And I tend to go a little overboard, but all right. And then I'm going to grab a bigger piece for that center because I want to make sure everything stays where it's supposed to. Okay. All right, now we got to tape that back down. Okay, peeling off those release papers. And it's just tiny little pieces of it. You don't need a ton. You could probably use liquid glue. You just need to make sure that it stays put. All right, and by using the Heffy tape or Post-it tape or whatever you plan to use and keeping that in place, then you can make sure that you're getting it lined up exactly where you need it lined up. And then you just push that down. Okay, so it's on there. I'll peel that off and then I can just peel these pieces out. That just makes it a little bit easier. And then all this is just the junk. And we'll throw that away. All right. Okay, so I want her, so that's how it's going to light up, but I want her to be in this and lit up as well. So I'm going to glue her to this before I start attaching any of my foam tape. So I'm going to put some little dots of glue right here and even on her hair. So a little bit of her hair is going to get covered. That's okay. Pull her up a little bit. Okay, so then she's in there. Like that. So our mechanism is up here. I think I've got her a little bit crooked. Okay, I think that's better. She's a little off center, isn't she? Well, thankfully I can just move her. That's why I try to use liquid glue. All right. And I'm constantly checking that mechanism. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put that back in there. Putting that in there will stop the mechanism for working right now, but that's, and that would be actually something nice to send in the mail, so that way it's not constantly on. So just using a little strip. All right, but I do need to mark where the little dot is going to be. I can feel it. It's right there. So I'm going to mark it with just a little pen. So it's right here, basically. Okay. Our next step, the star stent, and there's a couple of them. They're really cool. The new swirling star, yes, I think that one is amazing, Sue. I really like that new swirling star. That one's fun. All right, so I have a couple more that I wanted to use. This one is the Paper Crafting Magic. This one's great. You can put this there. This is no ordinary card. It's Paper Crafting Magic, and there are dies for those words, but I'm not going to use those. And we also have all these like open me, slide me, pull me, push me, or push here would be good. And then there's this die with all these little arrows and other pieces too. So if you didn't want to use the arrow, you didn't have to. I'm thinking I'm going to, let's see, let's pull out our cardstock. Maybe what I should do is just a circle that says push here. I'm thinking. And we'll do it on the gray, and then we'll just heat emboss that really quickly. Thanks. I think they're really cool, Mary. They're fun. I know my niece loved them. Sent her that other card for her birthday, and I think she had a good time with it. I love sending the kids those interactive cards because they seem to really like it. Okay. That's a magic powder bag. We're going to pull in some embossing ink. Stamp out push here. And then we'll cover that. And then I'm going to heat set that real quick. So sorry for the noise. All right, so we've got the one that says push here. And now what I can do is I can pull in, that might be too small. I'm going to pull in that die again. Ooh, those are too big. Might just have to cut them out because I think my circle dies are a little too big for that, which is fine. Let's see. Yeah, I think this one's going to be too small. Yeah, that one will be too small. And that's okay. All right. Okay, so we're just going to use our guillotine trimmer. If you have a smaller circle die, then go for it. I don't seem to have one. I'm sure I do somewhere. Maybe I don't. And I'll just line that up in there. You could also just stamp it right onto your card base if you wanted. I wanted mine to be pretty prominent, but not too obvious, if that makes any sense. Yeah, the interactive cards, I'm not always really great at them. They have to be a little bit easier. And this is definitely something that is easier for me. So I like that. And I'm going to go ahead and glue that down while I'm thinking about it. I'll just use our liquid glue right over that center piece. And it stands out, so that's nice. I like that. All right, the other thing I was thinking was I wanted to put some tickets. Now this isn't, I don't have these linked down below yet, but I will. And I need a sentiment as well. But, so this is a new one as well. It's the Ticket Slimline die. And you've got one for a big slimline, you've got one for even a mini slimline, you've got some stars and a small ticket. And I cut out 3 of those small tickets. I thought those would be fun to layer down here at the bottom, maybe even at the top, just to add a little bit of something to the card. I'll stamp them out and we can kind of decide. You'd wear it out before it gets mailed. There have been a few times where I thought, am I going to break this? Yeah, Sue, I'm the same. All right, so I'm taking some of these sentiments from Greatest Friend on Earth, and I'm going to stamp these using some of these colors. We'll use the mustard seed because it's a little bit darker, so it'll show up better. And I'm just going to stagger them as I stamp them. So it just adds a little bit of interest to it, not, you know, not that much as far as like, let's read that. It's just something on there. And so it looks like you've just got stuff all over that ticket. We'll use that stamp again because that's the sentiment I want to actually use for the whole thing. What do we got here? This one says, "You're the best." We'll stamp that one all over this ticket. And again, it just adds a little bit of interest to it. It's not necessarily something you're supposed to sit and read. And I'm, again, staggering it. Okay. And then we'll grab the last one in here. Well, there's a couple more, or 2 more sentiments in here, but we're just going to grab this one that says, "You steal the show." I like that one too. And I don't know if we'll use all 3 of these. Maybe we'll use one on the inside. Maybe we'll decide we don't want them on there at all. I don't know. But yeah. Can you believe we're actually just done with the you know, the stamp mix or the light up part itself? That's how easy it is just to put it on there. I think the most difficult part is actually the foam tape. And that's not really difficult. So, all right, so do we want to put these on there? Something, just like tickets. Let me see. Let me look at that. Because this kind of came to me as I was sleeping last night, or not sleeping because the boys were all over me. I don't know if I like it. I don't know. Maybe I could put one on there and then we can, because I don't like that now. I don't like it. I don't like it. Greatest Friend on, oh, okay. Tracy, you made a light up card and have it in your craft room just so you can play with it? That's great. Greatest Friend on Earth. So I guess that means you're sending that card to me. Maybe I am, Carol. Wonder how bright it is in the envelope. I would have too much fun with it. Yeah. Oh, that's fun. Okay, so I don't know if I like those tickets. Maybe they'll go on the inside of the card. All right, now I do need to stamp out Greatest Friend on Earth. We're going to just stamp that in some white. And then we're going to use the matching die cut for it. You guys are fun. I love this group. Okay. Okay, so there it is. That's what's going to go on the front. Sometimes with these interactive cards, you know, less is more since you already have the light up element. So you don't have to go too crazy just adding a bunch of stuff just for the sake of adding things, that's for sure. So our matching die, I do like that Trinity does that. So you've got these matching dies that will, and they're really easy to line up on top. I love that. So I'll grab a little bit more Heffy tape. And I'm just going to run this through the die cutting machine really quickly too. Okay. Actually, we're moving along pretty quickly. This has only been about 30 minutes. That's pretty... When you're thinking interactive, you usually think it takes a long time. All right. We may use some of these stamps again for the inside. We'll see. But I like that. And I'm just going to put it on there. I think I like it just on there. And we're going to have to put foam tape on the back, so that's why I'm not really adding anything with foam tape. It's fun. We just watched Greatest Showman again the other day. That's such a fun show. Okay, so our next step is now foam tape. And I actually suggest putting it onto the card base itself, because if you try to put it on here, you may have an issue with whether or not it you're covering up the mechanism, and you certainly don't want that. And the foam tape I like, yeah, I love the little Heffy Doodle machine, Carol. It is fun. Yeah, the boys were all over me. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry, Jim. The cats. I didn't. Yes, the cats were all over me. You know, most of my viewers, when they recognize it's when I say the boys, they know I mean our cats. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Sue. I love that it would be like a nice little spotlight around her, because if you think about going to the circus, you know, there's the spotlight. All right, and I'm going to be using this 3mm deep foam tape. You could probably use something a little less, but I want to make sure that that mechanism isn't compromised in the mail. So this is a little bit deeper. This is 12mm wide. Heffy Doodle also has a 5mm, and we may need some of that. But let's go ahead and put that right on. I just don't want this card to collapse in the mail. And also, if you're doing this, you may have to add a little bit of extra postage to it. But if you're taking this kind of time and this kind of effort to make a card anyway, a little extra postage isn't going to hurt your feelings. Because I'd rather make sure it gets there in time, or gets there at all, right? All right, and we want to avoid, at least I do, and you might think that seems a little crazy, but at least this way, if somebody decided that they wanted to replace the battery, they could maybe peel it back a little bit and still have access to it. So I'm just going to keep adding a little bit of foam tape just to make sure that it's good and stable. You got the We Are Memory Keepers Mini Evolution Machine? Oh, I didn't even know they had one. Oops. I might have to check it out. Yeah, I really do like having the little machine. It's on my desk all the time. I'm glad you found something that works for you, Deanna. That's awesome. May help me be a lazy crafter. Well, that is me. And I'm not going to put any more at the top. I think that's good. I think that is good. So there is the foam tape. I suppose if you wanted to do any stamping in here, you probably should have done it before you added anything to the front, right? Well, y'all know I am definitely a lazy crafter. If I can get shortcuts in, I will do it. But and everything that I'm using, if any of it is something that you're like, oh, I really want to check that out, I will have everything linked down below. But then again, you know, don't feel pressured to do that. I appreciate that you're here. Hopefully this just gives you ideas. Okay, now here's the scary part, is attaching it, because if you don't get it on straight, you can mess up your card. So what I may end up doing is adding a little bit of glue to it, so it'll give me a little bit of wiggle room. But then it'll hold extra, I guess. Or another trick, which I was talking so I wasn't thinking, is to not peel off the release paper all the way. But it's too late for that. Well, good for you, Deanna. I'm glad you found something that works. All right, so I'm going to stick that down. We're going to hope that and voila, we did it. Might have a little bit of hangover on the top, but it is fine. All right, so let's pull this out. I think I'm going to make one that's a little bit sturdier. This isn't very sturdy. And let's push. Oh no, are we not working? Oh, you know why? Because the battery got pulled out. When you pull out that mechanism sometimes. So there we go. Look, she's lighting up. Is she? Oh, she's so fun. Shortcuts are great, Mary. Time management. There you go, time management. Okay, so I am loving this. I do need to do something on the inside because that is a lot of space. 5 by 7 is definitely a lot of space. So I'm going to go ahead and, like I thought about for the outside, I'm going to do this on the inside. I don't need to glue them all the way, but I guess I did it anyway. Make it look like a couple of tickets in here. And then I'll trim those off in a bit. I'm so glad you guys like it. That makes me happy. This is fun. You know I love making stuff. And making it with you guys is super fun too. Okay, so I'll let that dry a second. You steal the show. I think you know what, I'm going to leave it like that because this will probably just be for a friend, and then I can have plenty of room to write a big old long message, but at least it's not completely blank on the inside. Right? The easy aspect is what always draws me to it. Okay, so as those are drying, let's cut the excess off. Okay. All right. And then I'm making a mess here. That's why I like my glass mat too, because I do tend to be pretty messy with stuff. And then it's easy to clean off. Okay, so I do need to make a new little slip. So let's trim one down real quick using the trimmer. I'm going to make it roughly about the same size as the one that came in there. I may make it, no, not double. What do we have here? Okay, so it is 1.5 inches. And then we need to make it straight. Okay. I am always making a mess. This is why I haven't done a craft like room tour for you guys, because I'm always doing something and then I make a mess and then I clean it up and then I make another mess real quick and it just doesn't end. All right, so we'll pull in this stamp set again, that Paper Crafting Magic, and then we'll do a pull here. How about that? And hopefully that fits. Oh, did you, Sue? What do you think? Are you happy with your purchase? Okay. because I really do like mine. I don't like how it reflects the light very well. I know sometimes that bugs some of y'all, but you know, this mat is like, oh, I need it. All right, so then I'm just gonna slip that in there. Now mailing that makes it you know what, let me pull that out, that's a little long. Maybe that's a little long. And you just have to find a creative way to mail it. But if you stick that in between the battery, then you don't wear it out. So that is there. What do you think? Oh, freezer side glossy, freezer paper glossy side up. Oh, yeah, that would get a little annoying over time. But that is a very smart option because the glass mat, you know, it's kind of pricey. Yes. Yes, it's a great thing. Okay. All right, so there is that. That took a lot less time than I was thinking it would take. So we did this in 40 minutes. Now, I realize I had some of this already cut, but what do you think? Super fun card, 5x7. And like I said, I like getting these blanks because it comes with the envelopes as well. So we're going to keep making some 5x7s from time to time. All right, everybody, I'm going to let y'all go. We got done a little quicker than I was thinking, but I'm so glad that you spent your lunchtime with me on this Friday. I feel so blessed by y'all. So many of you checked in on me, and I just love this community. It's going to make me get all emotional, but you guys are fantastic. Just awesome people, all of y'all. If I could just hug every one of you, I certainly would. But yeah. All right, so I'm going to get going, but keep an eye out. I'm going to be back getting some things going. We do have a camping trip planned, but my hope is to have another live maybe next Friday. And I can see y'all again. Yeah. All right, so you guys have a lovely weekend, and I will see you very soon in another video, everybody. Don't forget to hit that like button. Bye.